Good evening, ladies, gents. This is Zentropy Aviation, Boston Jeremy 77, and I have a first look preview of a new aircraft from IndiaFoxtEcho, Tino Cataneo's house. This is the SU-31, the Sukhoi Russian aerobatic aircraft. And here we are in Vieques, Puerto Rico. We are sitting here with one of the several liveries that it comes with. So what you get is basically, this is the red livery. You also get other solid colors, and it's very similar kind of solid color and a stripe liveries. They're okay. I'm not that excited about liveries in general, but I've seen more exciting default liveries on aircraft before. This is possible, though. I don't really, like I said, for me, I know a lot of people will care a lot about the default liveries, but there are plenty of repaints available for those that care about liveries on Flight Sim 2, and I'm sure that a bunch will start showing up there if you guys don't like the default ones. This red one is innocent enough, I guess, to start with. So let's go ahead and jump in, take a look, see what it's got. Let's take a look at the exterior model first. It's a pretty good looking aircraft. I do not see a pilot right now. Maybe that's because the canopy is open. I am jumping into this right along with you guys. So I have not seen this. I have not flown this. This is my first look at the aircraft. Just going to be kind of spontaneous and discover this along with you and see what we have here. It's a good looking model. Decent amount of detail. Looks nice. That's the exterior. And let's jump inside. So I wonder if I close this canopy, if my pilot will show up. Okay, so there's an animation to close the canopy. No pilot right now. Okay, maybe the pilot will show up once the engine is running. But I'm going to open the canopy before I start the engine so that we can hear the sounds. Instrument wise, it's pretty basic. I'm a little bit torn. This is a Russian aircraft. Sukhoi is a Russian company. And while I speak Russian, by the way, so those of you that don't know, I see the labels on the gauges in Russian. So this is speed, skorost. This is in kilometers per hour. Manifold pressure, naduf, sure, обороты. So I see the Russian language on the gauges, but I sort of see this stuff here. Battery, generator, piezo. I don't know. It kind of pulls me out a little bit, as well as this. Like, everything is in English. I'm sure that the English speakers appreciate it, but I like authentic cockpits. I like when AT Simulations did the Piaggio and they offered the German language cockpit, and you could click on a little flag on a dashboard and you could switch languages instantly. I thought that was cool. Those that want the German labels could fly in a German cockpit, and those that want the English labels could just switch it to English instantly by clicking a click spot on a dashboard. So I don't know. That's one thing that I guess I'll say I'm not really that crazy about. That kind of pulls me out of this being a Russian bird. But let's not dwell on that. Okay, so we have a pitch trim lever, throttle control, propeller control. We have the magnetos here, a starter switch. There does not seem to be any parking brake. Acceleration. Curious. Okay, so there's an upside down gauge here. Cool. I wonder why that is. I don't really know why that is. And then you have the cowl flaps, which let's go ahead, I guess, and open them for engine start. And while we're on the ground, we have a tail wheel lock. I have that bound on my joystick, and so yes, that binding works. Engine primer switch. Okay, great. All right, let's get this baby started. Battery on, generator on. Magnetos on. Let's crack the throttle. 36%, maybe a little much. Maybe 18%. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we have a cowl flaps open. Let's prime the engine. Okay, so it immediately goes back, so I guess you would just do it a few times, maybe 3. My version that I got from IndiaFoxtEcho did not come with documentation. I don't know if that's something that they're going to have available on their website once the aircraft is released. I'm sure there's going to be documentation. Dino is good about including documentation with stuff. I just haven't seen it yet. So I am going into this a little bit blind, but that's fine. Okay, so we have a fuel selector lever, and that switches between tanks. So right now we're on the wing tank, that's fine. FV is the fuel control switch, which is open right now. That's beautiful. This is canopy jettison, which is not functional. Okay, great. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it. I'm gonna hold down the brakes a little bit because I don't see parking brake. Okay, cool. Yeah, it moves right away. Okay, no parking brake. I have parking brake that I'm engaging right now. Nothing's happening. So this bird does not have a parking brake. Okay, cool. All right, and for some reason I'm still holding down the brake and it's moving. That's not cool. All right. I have to keep pressing the. So let's see. I'm literally holding the brakes down right now, and okay, so now it's not moving. That's fine. So if I let go momentarily, it begins to move. Okay, let's close the canopy. Okay, and we do have WY sounds here. Okay, so I'm steering with the rudder right now. Okay, let's get us to. I know there are radios and a transponder. Let's take a look. Okay, transponder doesn't. The transponder switch doesn't seem to work to activate it, so I don't know if it's actually active or not. This is the Avionics master switch, so that turns on the radios, and I can dial in my radio frequencies and swap them for the comm radios. I wonder if that also activates the transponder. I wouldn't know because I don't fly online. But I guess that would be my question, is the transponder, is it working or is it not? I suppose if I were to use ATC right now, I would find out, but I don't really want to use ATC. So let's go ahead and ground handling. It's not difficult. I mean, I'm just using the rudder. Really, even without differential braking at all, I'm able to control this fairly easily. Now I want to switch to external view and see if the pilot's visible now. Hey, look, I have a pilot. Is that a funny looking pilot? I want to see this pilot. Who's this? Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen this girl before, but okay. It's not the pilot that I usually have set up here, so I guess it okay. Cool, that works. All right, so I guess the pilot is active when you are literally when the engine's on. Okay, great. So pilots are visible. The cockpit details look fine to me. I kind of like the engine sound. It kind of rumbles right now. Decent sound. Let's see what it's actually like in higher RPM and higher manifold pressure ranges. Now, I don't see any light switches, so I'm guessing this is not something that you would fly at night. This is a VFR only aircraft. Obviously, there is no navigation equipment of any sort, so this is just basically a purely aerobatic aircraft for daytime flying. Okay, check left, check right, clear. Let's get on. So, disclaimer, I'm sure that those of you that kind of know me from the forums will know that aerobatic flying is not really something that I do often. That's not my genre, which is why I'm just going to kind of do some limited stuff here and try things out, but I can't promise you guys that I'm going to do some kind of involved, maneuvers that those of you who fly aerobatic aircraft are used to performing. Alright, so I'm slowly advancing the throttle. I did not lock my tail wheel, okay, but I'm able to keep it center line. I guess it's very sensitive on the controls, a little bit twitchy, but it's stable. No particular problems taking off or keeping it on the runway. Let's go ahead and reduce the prop, right? What's my RPM? That's fine. All of my gauges seem to be in range. Alright, while we're climbing. Okay, let's go over the ocean a little bit, and while we're on the way to the Roosevelt Roads across over there on the main Puerto Rico island, we can do some barrel rolls, maybe. Okay. cool. You get to hear wind effects, and it's not silent while you're doing it. You hear the motion. It's pretty immersive. Whoa, baby. All right. All right, let's see how it trims out. For obviously no autopilot on this thing. Let's see. Okay, so we're climbing a little bit. Let's get this to not climb anymore. Okay, trim up. Up. Okay, I mean, trim's decent. I'm fairly it's going up a little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty stable now. Minimal corrections. So it trims out nicely. Let's do some stalls, right? Let's see what it does. Let's go ahead and, first of all, let's get out of the circus here with the clouds. Let's go somewhere where it's a little bit more pleasant to do fun stuff, which I guess was right where we came from by VKs, that it didn't see clouds over there, and maybe this is not the direction I want to go in. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's climb. All right, let's climb. I don't want to do stalls at too low of altitude because I don't feel like doing anything too dangerous. Alright, sweet. This is good. Let's get... Alright. Full power on. Let's climb. It climbs... Yeah. It's got some serious ability to climb. Alright. And... Okay. Alright, we are in a spin. It dropped a wing. And... Okay, let's do power off. Okay, I don't want to kill the engine, so let's... Okay, that's about enough of that. Easy, 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 easy. Okay, you're good, you're good. Sweet. All right. I mean, it's pretty fun to fly. If you're into this kind of thing. Honestly, I don't see much wrong with this. I guess my biggest thing is the transponder switch. I want to know if that is functional or not. Is there anybody there?
San Juan Center, Smirnoff 666.
So I can use radio. Radio works.
Juliet, Romeo Victor, 1,200 feet. Request flight following.
Great.
Smirnoff 666, San Juan Center. Squawk 0675. Squawk 0675, Smirnoff 666. Smirnoff 666, radar contact 4 miles east of Tango
Yep.
Juliet, Romeo
transponder works.
Altimeter 29.907.
Perfect.
Roger, Smyrna 666.
Alright, let's reduce the speed and come in for landing. It's a slippery little bird. No flaps, obviously. So you just got to get it to slow down. Let's come in for landing here at Roosevelt Roads. Saba. Yeah, it would have been cool to see more Russian stuff on the dashboard. That would have been sweet. Other than that, it's cool. Like I said, it's not necessarily like my kind of aircraft, and you know, everyone's got their things that they like to fly. I am more of a either GA or airliner, but nothing aerobatic. Really, just kind of more passenger stuff. Okay, we are jumpy. Okay, am I too fast? Okay, so that's the question. All right. Okay, so maybe, yeah, maybe just a little too fast. Let me go do a circuit really quick. I'm not particularly happy with this. Okay, it handles fine on the ground. Like, let's see. For this takeoff, I'm gonna lock the tail wheel and see what. Okay, the ATC window can go away. See what difference that makes. Okay, so our tail wheel is locked now. You know, it's sensitive. Rudder controls are very, very sensitive on this bird. It's a little bit on the twitchy side. It is probably how this thing is, considering it's an aerobatic aircraft and those birds just tend to be twitchy. Understandably why. Because in order to perform a lot of these maneuvers, they need to be reactive to control inputs. I want to bring it down near stall speed and land it that way to see if I can reduce that bounce on landing that I experienced. See if we can get a little bit more of a smoother landing on this bird. That's one thing with tail draggers in MSFS right now. They're kind of, some of them are better than others regarding the bounciness. A good example is the difference between the Airplane Heaven Cessna 140 and Coronado's Cessna 170. Similar aircraft, right? But the 170 is much bouncier on landing than the 140 is. The 140 is much easier to have a nice smooth touchdown with, and let's see if I can do it here. I guess that's probably the last thing that interests me. So I hope this gives you guys a decent preview of what this aircraft is when this gets released, and whether this is for you or not. I think this is rather nicely done. I can't, like I said, I can't find too much fault with it. You know, I mean, like the Russian labels on the dashboard that's me nitpicking. You know, that's just a minor thing. Let's see. If I reduce the RPM, not the RPM, but the manifold pressure enough, the engine doesn't die. It begins to sound like this, but it doesn't seem to die, which is cool. Okay, let's not bring it down before the markers. Okay, there we go. Alright, be quiet. Be quiet. Alright, let's bring it down to near stall. It's still a little, you know, little bouncy. If I bring it even lower, like this. How about that? Okay, so that's what it takes. That was much. You saw no bounce whatsoever. You just basically have to really gently stall it onto the runway. The taxiways off this runway are here, so let's get out of here and do a quick shutdown. Unlock the tail wheel. Alright. One thing with IndiaFoxtEcho stuff is, I mean, I know that the work that they do is always quality, so I didn't have any worries with this, and this basically is just as well done as all of their other stuff. Like I said, it's different from everything else that they've done. I guess there's that the Long Easy is also kind of a bit of an odd bird. Okay, I don't want to go all the way to the parking spot, so I'm just gonna park myself here, and no mixture. So do we just kill the fuel? Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. This is IndiaFoxtEcho Sukhoi 31 SU-31. It will be released at some point soon, I am guessing. Generally, Dino stuff is out on Sim Market and Orbix, and I think he's on Marketplace as well. Yes, he's definitely on Marketplace as well. So I'm sure that they will come to all of these usual suspects of shops at some point. If you like this kind of content, if you guys want to see more previews, reviews, tutorials, things like that, and want to support the channel, help me build it and grow it. This is a new channel. Please subscribe. Please like the video. And if you want to see something different in these previews, if I didn't show you something that you wish I showed you, let me know what you want to see in the comments below. I really appreciate your feedback, and it helps me do a better job with these videos going forward. So thank you so much for watching, and you have a good night. Ciao.